Hello guys, good afternoon sa inyo or good day. Andito na naman po tayo para mag-explain sa inyo ng regarding accident investigation and reporting. So guys, uh, yung last topic natin is yung terms and definition. So meron tayo ngayon dito is yung continuation ng ating part 1. So, nandito na tayo sa near miss reporting. Why? Bakit napaka-importante ng pagre-report ng near miss? Ito yung mga dalawang points no, bakit importante. So, number one is in order to prevent major accident or incident, it is important to identify the hazards in the workplace area. So, ganun pala, no? Pag nire-report natin sa ating management or sa ating safety na merong near miss, na-identify yung mga unforeseen hazard. Okay? So, mas nag-i-involve or nag-i-improve yung ating mga tao in terms of reporting. So, nakikita na nila yung mga hazard na dati parang itsupwera lang sa kanila kasi ginagawa nila lagi. Pero tayo naman as a safety officers or safety managers, ini-explain natin sa kanila na ito yung talagang pwedeng makasakit sa inyo. Pero hindi nila yun pinapansin gawa nga ng gawa nga ng ginagawa na nila lagi at wala naman nangyayari. Pero dapat hindi humantong sa ganon na may mangyari muna bago tayo o bago sila umaksyon o bago tayo umaksyon. Okay guys, number two, bakit importante na mag-report ng near miss? Okay, sabi dito is, since a near miss is a reflective of a possible hazard, okay, recognizing a near miss will help identify the hazard and will offer an opportunity, okay, opportunity to carry out corrective action before a major incident can happen. So parang preventive action at corrective action yung main target ng pagre-report ng near miss, no? So, ah, meron dito, no, yung napapansin nyo sa screen, meron dyan parang triangle, no? So, yan yung, yun yung dinivide sa dalawa. So, one is reactive, one is proactive. Okay, guys. Si reactive, ito yung, yung may nangyari na talagang aksidente sa inyong place, no? Tsaka lang kayo gagawa ng kung ano-ano bago kayo ng mga control pagkatapos ng aksidente. So, ibig sabihin, reactive kayo guys. Reactive yung mga galawan ninyo na kung kailan maaksidente, tsaka kayo magto-toolbox meeting, tsaka kayo magbibigay ng signboard, tsaka kayo gagawa ng program. So, that is reactive. While proactive, ang ibig sabihin niya is ina-identify mo na yung dapat mong gawin o control para maiwasan yung ganito. It takes a long time, no, to analyze para magkaroon ng measures. Pero dapat yun ipopost nyo sa management. Kasi ang kalaban nyo rito is yung major accident, fatality, serious injury, lost time accident, yung mawawala yung tao sa trabaho, which leads to delay of production, delay of construction, lahat ng delay nandoon. Okay guys? So ang sabi dito, ang tawag din dito pala sa triangle na to is yung Hendrich triangle o kinikilala bilang isang Hendrich safety triangle. So isang konsepto ito na sa kaligtasan o sa safety na pinapakilala ni Herbert Hendrich noong 1931. Isipin nyo guys, meron na pala tayong safety noong 1931 pa. Pero syempre, hindi siya nag-evolve o hindi siya pinansin. Kaya siguro hanggang ngayon, nagiging practice pa rin ng mga iba na uh, ipagsawalang bahala ang safety. Ayan. Okay guys, so ayon sa kanyang pag-aaral, okay, mayroong ugnayan sa pagitan ng mga aksidente sa trabaho at mga maliliit na insidente katulad nga ng near miss, unsafe action, unsafe condition na pwedeng magdulot ng seryosong pinsala o aksidente. Okay, ipinakita rin dito ni Hendrich na para sa bawat katulad nito, sa bawat isang fatality ay may 10 LTA lost time accident. Sa 10 lost time accident na nangyari, merong napabayaang RWC or restricted work case o yung mga tinatawag ng minor injuries. Okay? At sa ganitong number of figures, meron tayong na-receive na 600 na near misses, no? Na na-report. Ngayon, kung mababawasan kung itong baliktad pag maraming near misses, ang gagawin natin? Meron tayong proactive approach, di ba? Iimbestigahan natin yung near miss na nangyari. Pag naimbestigahan si near miss na nangyari, mababawasan yung chance na magkaroon ng RWC. Okay, gets nyo guys? So ngayon, kung dumami sa RWC, si 30 restricted work case, ay bababa ang kanyang figures. Okay guys? So, kaya hikayatin natin yung mga tao natin na mag-report ng near misses sa ating lugar. O kahit yung mga unsafe action, unsafe condition. Imbestigahan natin si unsafe action, bakit ba niya ginawa? May training ba siyang ginawa o may training ba siyang inattendan? Okay, kung may training, okay, dapat hindi niya na ginagawa. Or kung may training siya, tapos ginagawa pa rin niya, ang tanong mo ulit doon is, naintindihan ba yung training na binigay sa kanya? At bakit ginagawa pa rin niya yung mga ganun unsafe action? Unsafe condition, guys, ganun din. It will leads to training, okay? Engineering control, administrative control. May program ba? Okay? Since may program, kasama ba sa program ang control measures like engineering control, na i-communicate ba sa mga tao? Nagbigyan ba ng training? Na toolbox meeting ba? So yung mga ganung bagay, nakokontrol mo na siya dahil naiimbestigahan mo na siya ng maayos. Okay guys, so move forward tayo. So guys, ito naman ngayon. Si near miss reporting pa rin tayo, pero ano naman yung mga benefits ni near miss reporting? Okay? Of course, ito na nga, identify the problem, rectify it, eliminate, control the hazards. Okay? Provide wide source of information which can be analyzed to identify trends and find areas of operation that require improvement. By getting use of near-miss reporting, people will get used to look our for unsafe and condition, improve awareness. Okay guys, ito yung mga benefit niya. So sabi nga dito is provide wide source of information. Huwag kayong mahiya guys na ang mga binibigay niyong information ay galing sa internet. Okay? Kasi yung mga galing sa internet na yan, best practice na po yan. Hanapin nyo lang sa internet na what is the best practices that could that you can apply in working at heights. Okay guys, huwag kayong mahihiya, management nyo man yan, supervisor nyo yan. It is a collective data ng mga HSC professional na ginamit, okay, to improve their knowledge, to improve their system, and to share this system or knowledge to the workers who are, mga uh, mababa ang pinag-aralan or yung mga tipong ayaw makaintindi, sinishare yan para ma-improve yung knowledge nila. Tinutulungan natin sila. Huwag tayong makikipag-away sa kanila kasi hindi natin alam yung background nila, ano ba, nakapag-aral ba sila, yun nga, na-training ba sila ng maayos, kaya siguro gumagawa sila ng ikakapahamak nila. Okay guys, so ipaalala natin sa kanila lagi, okay? Alam ko, Sir Eric, malabo yung sinasabi mo kasi hindi mo kasi naranasan guys, naranasan ko na lahat yan. Okay, minsan para ka lang itsupwera sa company. Pero pag nakuha mo na yung kilitiin nila, no, masasabi mo na successful lahat ng mga paghihirap mo, especially in terms of kausapin mo sila ng mahinahon kahit na banas ka na. Alam mo yun, pero yung output nun, yung outcome nun, napaka-relief sa iyo kasi na bigyan mo ng saysay yung pagka-safety mo. Okay, guys? So, ito yung mga benefit, no? Improve awareness. See? Pag kayo po ay nagbigay ng training, of course, ma-aware sila. Sabi ni Sir Eric, sabi ni Kasafe, hindi maganda to. Baka pwede ako madisgrasya. Identify the problem. Okay, rectify it, eliminate, control the hazard. So ito yung mga benefits ng merong ni-remiss reporting kasi na-identify mo agad yung issues tapos nabigyan mo ng control. So, ibig sabihin, less chance na may ma-aksidente pa sa iyong project. Okay, guys? So, ngayon, dito, magkakaroon tayo ng topic na regarding, so, syempre, meron tayong accident incident reporting. So, sino yung mga bumubuo nun? So, number one dyan is yung accident investigation team. Okay, guys? Si accident investigation team ay magpapacilitate ng, of course, investigation. Sino mang involved? Okay, si site agency manager na which is he will be organizing the following incidents that has taken place, okay? Yes, mga kaya safe. So, site engineer, okay, should be included in the investigation team. Okay, guys. Tapos, site manager, safety manager, safety officer. It depends on the site safety manager kung sino yung kanyang i-assign with regards to investigation team. Okay, ano ba yung mga dapat imbestigahan? Yung mga LTI cases, near miss that could result to any of the following like fatality, LTI, serious property damage, serious environmental damage, or serious loss of reputation. At guys, meron din tayong ini-include sa investigation, failure or collapse of facility, serious damage to environment, property damage that could result in delay of the project. So, yan guys yung mga dapat natin imbestigahan with the help of our accident investigation team. Okay guys? So, moving forward, in principle of the investigation team should consist of the following. Ito na yung sinasabi ko sa inyo. Area manager. Okay, kung walang area manager, si project manager, project engineer, something that is responsible and accountable to health and safety of their employee. Okay, engineer, supervisor, foreman responsible for the work that was carried out, HSC personnel responsible for the area where the event is happened. Kung kayo po ay, for example, nakatalaga sa Area 1 as a safety, involved kayo doon sa investigation. So you need to carry out your own investigation, you need to interview employees, you need to gather data around the area where the accident is happened. Pag meron kayong subcontractor or subcontractors is involved, of course, site manager ng subcontractor, supervisor ng subcontractor, at HSC manager ng subcontractors. Witness of the event, if any, kung meron, o client representative kung gusto niyang maki-join sa investigation ng inyong investigation team. Okay, guys? So, ano ba yung mga kailangan? So, i-discuss niyo dyan sa ating investigation panel kung ano yung mga dapat gawin. Okay, so, with regards to investigation, okay guys, yun nga, with regards to investigation, kailangan nyong gumawa ng investigation and reporting procedure kung ano yung mga dapat laman ng investigation report. Okay guys, talakayan natin to sa susunod natin na topic which is same pa rin na topic. Okay, yun susunod dito sa topic na to which is investigation and reporting procedure kung paano gumawa. Okay guys, part 3 na po yun. Maraming salamat guys and have a safe day.